Let's talk about how the mainstream media helps to police certain types of actions and give a pass to others. And it seems to always inevitably crack down on progressives, regardless of how light it is at what they're doing. And political violence, I mean, is that even something worth talking about? So as always, Media Matters continues to do great work in this area. And they have totaled up coverage of Paul Gosar showing this video of him murdering AOC. CNN covered it for 15 minutes in 6 segments. MSNBC covered it for 21 minutes in 3 segments. And Fox News, they couldn't find 1 second to show you Gosar murdering someone. So the right is happy to have the video. They spread it like wildfire on social media. But actually covering it, then you have to take a stance on whether we should be showing ourselves murdering women of color. So they just don't do it. It's not a news network. That's not what it is. They just provide a safe space for the right to never have to question their worst inclinations. And that's what they've done. And by the way, we showed you the numbers for CNN and MSNBC, and they did cover it. That's good, right? Okay, but compared to what? The time that they put into it. Because just a couple of years ago, Rashida Tlaib swore. Remember, she went to this meeting and she swore. Okay, CNN covered that for 1 hour, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. MSNBC for almost 38 minutes. And Fox News, of course, found almost a full hour to talk about that. All of them far more than the video of Paul Gosar killing AOC and then moving in to kill Joe Biden. So again, they find time for what they want to talk about. I mean, after all, during that time when Fox News didn't even mention Gosar, they talked for 30 minutes about Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez using the word woke in a tweet. So they found a half an hour to talk about AOC on the day she had been described being murdered. And just, it didn't come up. We didn't have time to talk about that. We had to talk about wokeness and the wokers and the wokies and how they're ruining America.
Well, okay. I always wonder, or we always say stuff like this, like how much is news media when they cover stories like this? How much are they like afraid of the conservative pushback, or are they just kind of on board? It's this, I don't care what part of the political aisle many people fall on, even when it comes to media figures or who they think is the most influential. It's just they don't take them seriously when they have these threats. And again, it's part of why January 6th happened to the extent that it did. People who take them seriously watched that whole buildup for weeks and said, something bad is going to happen. And they were pushed aside as, oh, you're overreacting. These people are just people. They're just patriots. They're just coming here to do this and that. So if that's what our narrative has been on these folks, every next step you take, it emboldens them to do it more. There's one thing that they do like to say all the time is that, as long as you jail and punish the criminals, it'll possibly be a crime deterrent.
Yeah.
They're right to an extent because their people never get punished and they get more and more emboldened. There's a reason why Paul Gosar thinks he can continue to do this is because he's never been told to stop doing this.
Yeah. And he's being reinforced in that right now by the lack of reaction from the right. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.